G'day, good morning, good afternoon. It's Roger Roadside here saying hello. Hello. I don't know how many people may have seen this, but I saw a report recently, a news article, which then led me onto a video of what had happened, and I just found it funny. I don't know if you've seen it recently, but there's a lefty representative that was at a city town hall. I think it was in Minneapolis, and she was giving a little speech on a podium, and out came this aggressive man who sprayed some, I don't know, aftershave or I don't know, something that hasn't been disclosed as to what the fluid was that was sprayed in her general direction. And then the man continued to back up towards the security guards and then be whisked away, and then you repeatedly heard a plethora of Karen-like, oh my god, how dare he, oh my god, how dare he, oh no, this is a travesty, oh god damn it, how dare he won't get away with this. And the whole thing looks something like it was very, it wouldn't look out of place on a WWE matchup, really. And look, whether or not it is a real incident, so basically this whole situation is being cultivated as right-wing aggression, and especially in light of all the going-ons of late in the US, you know, with immigration and ICE, and you know the learning center, the one that the learning center where they spelt the word learning wrong. Oh, that's not a giveaway. Where they've been rumored to have embezzled and scammed millions of dollars from the local government. So there's a lot of lefty liberal things that aren't going too well at the moment. Obviously, you know, going all the way back, and I say all the way back. Look, it was only, what was it? Was it less than 6 months ago? The terrible Charlie Kirk incident, which again was from from all reports and stuff like that, from a lefty loony. So from the liberal side of the fence, it hasn't been good PR over the last 6 or so months, has it? Really? So how best to garner support and garner sympathy and to rally your own troops by, you know, an act of aggression by the right. You know, I mean, it might be a staged act of aggression, but you know, it's an act of aggression nonetheless. And I guess this is the thing that concerns me. I don't think we've had that as such and as yet here in the UK, but you know, having lived in the UK and in the US for some time, and then obviously living a greater deal of time here in the UK, I know that whatever happens in the US tends to happen here, you know, 6 to 12 to 18 months after which. So to say that it, you know, that's a, you know, and with AI these days, with AI, what is really scary is the fact that you could, you know, when I first saw that video, it looked dodgy. It looked, you know, it didn't really look like a natural incident that took place. And so my immediate thought was that it was AI, but apparently it wasn't. And you know, a video like that I know is going to be viewed by millions of people. So then you know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have some people go, that doesn't look real, something's a bit sus there. you're going to have some people go, yeah, she deserves everything she gets. Yeah, serves her right. Yeah, I wish he had sprayed her with something else other than, just water or apple cider vinegar or whatever it is that he sprayed her with. And then you'll get some people that will say, oh my God, the right are so violent. We need to let in as many immigrants as possible. And we need to make sure that we don't conform to any societal structure about gender or anything like that. And, we just need to give everything away for free. Capitalism. Ooh, corporatism. Oh, no. Everything needs to be free for everyone else other than white people. They can do all the work and raise all the taxes, and then we'll just use their taxes to pay for things. Sorry, I got way into character there. Too much. But it's scary. Look, it's scary that regardless of whether you think that video is fake or whether you think that instant is fake, not necessarily that it's a fake video, but just that it's a staged situation. I mean, they're with everything that's gone on in politics, for those people that go, oh my God, how dare you say it's staged? Why would someone stage it? Oh my God, staging it? But that would be lying. Who would ever do that? For anyone who says that has obviously never seen anything to do with politics from any country within the last 1 million years. So that sort of shenanigans and that sort of trying to dictate the narrative and try to foster a new narrative, for example, or shift the blame or shift, cause sympathy. I mean, look, we saw it with we've seen it with quite a few different things, haven't we? Where there's been something terrible that's gone on, and then some sort of retaliation has need to happen, and then suddenly there's masses upon masses of people, saying outlandish things about the people who just got, let's say, for example, your mate gets hit in a nightclub, and then you and your mate go, right, we need to find this person and teach this person a lesson, and then you start going after them, and then everyone else starts going, oh my God, how could you be so violent to want to do that? And it's like, hang on, my mate's just been hit. What? He all he wants to do is to go and approach this person and tell them to stop hitting him, and maybe, if possible, do some retaliation because, he got hit for no reason. But then you obviously get the people going, but no, oh my God, have you ever considered the fact that maybe he was doing something that warranted him being hit? And what about all those times and all those years where he was dancing on the dance floor and, getting in this person's way and, wasn't allowing that person to do the dance moves that he wanted to do because he was occupying that dance floor? Have you ever thought about that? The years of oppression of that other person who wanted to just dance. And now, I think it's fair that they've retaliated, but you can't retaliate. Again, getting way too much into character this morning. But do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like the modern warfare. I think we've had like various tools of warfare, and I think some of the most modern warfare at the moment is like this sort of propaganda and this sort of this cultivation of sympathy and this amassing the masses based on lies and fake stuff. And I guess the fear is with AI and all that sort of jazz, it is becoming easier and easier and easier and easier. It's becoming ever easier to do that sort of stuff. I mean, we've seen it time and time again in that person just decided to go one way, I guess the that way. Anyway, we've seen it time and time again in the media. Yeah, how many times has the BBC lied? How many times, you know, and they're the nation's news program. You know, how many times has the papers lied? How many times, you know, there's been so many instances where that sort of stuff happens. So anyway, look, I just wanted to bring it to, I don't know if many people would have seen it. It's obviously a US story, but I just think it's something that we need to be somewhat prepared for, and we need to be somewhat, have knowledge of, because it could, even if it hasn't already, it could, you know, that sort of stuff could be very much implemented here in the UK, and suddenly you release a couple of videos that are either staged or are AI, and suddenly you've got tens of thousands of people that are leaving the streets and getting to the streets with their pitchforks, and you know, all hell breaks loose. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how you stop that from happening. I don't know how in that instance that I'm talking about, the one with that Liberal representative, I've seen the footage of it. I've seen the incident. To me, it does look sus. And look, do I know whether it's staged or not? No. Does it look staged? Yes. I guess it'll be very interesting to see, you know, what exactly happens. I know that the person's been arrested, but it'll be interesting to see whether that person gets charged, whether they get sent to jail. It'll be interesting to see what was sprayed, because if that sort of stuff just suddenly gets swept under the carpet in a couple of months' time or a couple of weeks' time or whatever, that would be very interesting. But anyway, listen, what are your thoughts? Do you think I'm being too concerned? Do you think, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure you get your comments down below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. And this is Roger Roadside saying ciao for now. Bye-bye. Love you a long time.